Hello, class. I'm going to help you with the IXL assignment, arc length. So it says here, the radius of a circle is 3 feet. What is the length of a 180-degree arc? Okay, so they want to know the length of the arc. It's this arc right here. Remember, arc is just part of the circle. It's a curvy part. So we have to use what we know. So it says this arc is 180 degrees and has a radius of 3 feet. Remember, the radius is that segment that goes from the center to the circle. Okay? Proportions are how you solve this. Okay? So we need to know the length. And the length is part of this whole circle. The length is the distance, and we need the whole distance. Now remember, the whole distance of a circle is the circumference. Now you get the circumference, I'll put it here, is the diameter times pi. And remember, the diameter is twice the radius, okay? So if the radius is 3, the diameter is 6. Because remember, the diameter is that segment or chord. It's a chord that goes through the center of the circle. Okay? So the diameter is 6. So if the diameter is 6, that means the circumference is 6 pi. Okay? Now the other ratio or fraction here deals with the measure of the arc in degrees. They said this arc's measure is 180 degrees. And that's out of the total number of degrees in a circle, which you should know is 360. Okay? So now we have the proportion. Okay? So you have to cross multiply it. So 360 times L is 360L. And 180 times 6 pi. And you just have to multiply the numbers. You want to keep it simple, so don't switch pi to 3.14. It's an irrational number. Okay, that gives you 1080, like that skateboard trick. Okay, divide both sides by 360. I should put the pi there. Whoops. Divide both sides by 360, and you should get 3. Yes, 3 pi. Okay? This is one way of doing it. Okay? Now, some of you may have noticed 180 is half 360, so this would be half the circumference. And it is. 3 pi is half of 6 pi. Okay? So that's one way of doing it. But I think you have enough to worry about with geometry that you really don't need algebra. Okay? And I'm going to get to that. Okay? So this one here says the radius of a circle is 8 inches. What is the length of a 45-degree arc? Okay, so they need the arc length, and the length is part of this whole circumference. And the whole circumference is, let's see, if the radius is 8, that means the diameter is 16. And if the diameter is 16, that means the circumference is 16 pi. Remember, circumference is diameter times pi. And it's proportional to the degrees of this arc to the total number of degrees in the circle. So the arc is 45 degrees, and that's at a 360, okay? But I'm not going to cross multiply. I'm just going to get L by itself. So this is division, so to get rid of it, I got to multiply. So I got to multiply both sides by 16 pi, okay? All right, so now I just have to do the order of operations here. So divide this times 16. So 45 divided by 360 times 16. Let me just check that again. 45 divided by 360 times 16. And that gives me 2. Okay? So the length is 2 pi. Okay? So try to stay with me on this. So what you want to do is first find the circumference. Okay? Once you find that, take the number of degrees in the arc, divide it by 360, then times it by the circumference. Okay? Then you don't have to worry about algebra, just a formula. Okay? Let me just put this in here. Okay. So we'll try the next one. The radius of a circle is 8 inches. What is the length of a 90-degree arc? So I'm going to find the circumference, okay? So the radius is 8. Twice that gives you the diameter, so it's 16. And the diameter is 16, so the circumference is 16 pi. Okay, I'm going to put that here. And I said to find the length, ugly cursive L. To find the length, you take the number of degrees in the arc, you divide it by 360, and then you multiply by the circumference, 16 pi. Okay, so I'm going to do that. 90 divided by 360, that's 0.25, and then times 16. 4. And remember, don't forget the pi. So 4 pi. All right, I would watch this video a couple times so you'll know what to do. But that's basically it for this assignment. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Good luck with this.